Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So this video is going to encompass all of Chapter 50, and that includes the video walkthrough for the story, as well as the final boss battle at the end of this chapter. Now, in Azana, there was one room we couldn't go into, which is this rich merchant's house. And of course, if you have been following through the story, you know that this is the house of Mika and Kiyosuke's dad, so their family house. And so we get to meet his dad, and a little bit later, Aldo gets shipped off with Mika. A little young for both of them, don't you think? He already has a harem of women waiting in line ahead of him, so she better get in line. Feel free to leave some comments below. Who would you like to ship with Aldo? There are so many choices. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out Another Eden's Reddit thread. There are a couple of hilarious threads discussing who Aldo's best shipped with. For myself, I really do still think that I like him with Azami. But again, many suitable choices. Also, we will see a maid looking exactly like Tsubame. If you watch her first quest, and I did put up a video for that, you will see that Tsubame actually works as a server at a tavern as well. And they also talk to each other, so I feel that they're related in some way, shape, or form. Most likely identical sisters. I'm sure it'll be revealed further in the storyline, either in her personal quest or later on in future chapters. At least I hope so. The fact that they both know about the Goddess of Time and the effects of the Goddess of Time makes me think that they do have some intimate knowledge of what's going on. Also, we finally get to meet the Lord of this region, Lord Genshin, and his wife Akiha. Again, I apologize for the brutal pronunciation of Japanese names. Again, feel free to leave some comments below if I am butchering the pronunciation. I will say that he seems kind of crazy. Again, I do like reading the dialogue and looking at the facial expressions of the characters as they are speaking to, between each other, either, main characters or some of the NPCs. And every time he says something, he seems very normal, and then all of a sudden he looks maniacal. We also see Shion and Akane, which are brother and sister by the way, make an appearance in this chapter as well. And apparently Shion has a secret mission that is pledged to Lord Genshin, so hopefully we won't have to fight Shion later on. Personally, I don't even have Shion, so I'm sure my storyline might be different than those who are already possessing Shion. As you may know, or may not, if you have certain story characters, or certain gacha pulls, it actually affects how the dialogue in certain side quests happen as well, so keep that in mind. Later on, Aldo actually loses his face. It gets stolen from him. And my understanding that this is a part of Japanese horror lore. It is actually quite unnerving. And you'll see later on, when I do I guess, some of the walkthroughs or fighting in this chapter, I did cut out most of the fighting scenes, but if by chance I happen to leave one, even during the battle, he will have no face. And like I said, it's a little bit unnerving, to say the least. Now, in terms of the mob fights here, they do have slash weakness as well as wind weakness. So if you do have Suzette, as well as a couple of slash characters, even Aldo, like some AoEs, feel free to use them. You'll also need a status removal because one of the snake mobs does have an AoE poison attack. So make sure you use the bed that is available in the beginning of this kind of side dungeon to to recover MP and HP if needed. When you are exploring through the dungeon before meeting the final boss, there are 10 volumes that you'll need to collect, and some of them are needed to unlock the final path to fight and defeat the boss. I didn't film all 10 collected, however, certain key volumes I did show how to activate them so you can proceed to the next floor. If you did manage to collect all 10 volumes, there is a bookshelf in the very first floor when you are exploring this particular dungeon, where you can actually stack all 10 volumes, and it will unlock a secret door which will give you a mid-level Grasta. And it's a Gaia Grasta, which is a mid-level power to increase Earth-type attacks. Now, if you were like me, and you didn't go back all the way down to the first floor because you're going to try to beat the boss, don't worry. You don't have to retrace your steps. You can go to Space-Time Rift and talk to the little boy to revisit some old locations in the past. And the castle nighttime version is one of the areas that you can revisit. So feel free to do so. And obviously you can now fight 20 or 100 of each mob in order to maximize both Chronostone rewards as well as crafting materials. And again, going back to get that Gaia Grasta. So, worth the time to go back if you feel like it. Anyways, like most of my story videos, I'm going to stop talking now and let you watch the rest of the video in peace. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, I do have a Patreon account for those who are interested in supporting me this way. I'm going to pick up voicing the video again at the boss battle, so feel free to check it out near the end of the video. Thanks for watching so far. We'll see you soon later on in this video. Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, back with the boss battle voicing and strategy. So when you reach the top of the temple, I will say the view of the full moon is very beautiful and is reminiscent of the Eastern AF finisher. So if you have used the Eastern finisher, you'll know what I mean with the moon kind of showing up. Anyways, we're going to take down this masked monster who stole Aldo's face. All you need to know is that this boss is weak to wind. Note that I don't even have Mario in the main team. So I'm just going to start off with a half bar AF right off the bat and use as many wind type attacks as possible. Now again, this might not be the most efficient way. However, I decided to start it off just to show you how much damage can be done with my mid-level team, including the 4-star 7. And now you can see that the enemy does put a status effect on 7, which makes him, I guess, incapacitated. After you've done enough damage, you can see that the boss mode changes a little bit, and note that 7's face has now been removed. Now I'm not sure if you let the battle go too long what will happen, but I will say that if all the faces are stolen, I'm assuming that the battle will be ended and we will lose. And note that we brought the boss down to, about 30%, and it's boosted its own power, speed, and int. No real matter, you can see that the damage, even against the 4-star 7, is only in the low 1000 range. So clearly, just attacking with wind type characters will end this battle very, very, very quickly. And note that I'm starting off the second AF, that's not even at 3/4 full, and does more than enough damage. I will say that if you opted to do it the other way, where you landed a few wind type hits in the beginning, your AF bar probably would have powered up more quickly, thereby one large, long AF could have ended the boss. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if there's an HP stopper similar to some other bosses, where, you can't drain it all the way down with one AF anyway, so again, I opted to try this method to see what would happen, and all in all, quite successful. And you can see that Aldo's face is back to normal, and he looks like the handsome boy he really is. And again, I'll let you watch the rest of the video in peace. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.